Welcome to Alert Tales, where we dive deep into the most gripping stories of real-life experiences. If you love tales that evoke emotion, spark conversation, and connect us all, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our community for more captivating stories that will keep you on the edge of your seat. I've recently discovered something quite shocking about my life, and I'm still trying to process it. My birthday has always been celebrated on August 20th, and I never thought twice about it. And that was until I needed my birth certificate to get my passport. While going through some old documents with my mum, I casually asked, "Hey, can you hand me my birth certificate?" After a moment of hesitation, she passed it to me, and I quickly scanned over it, only to find out I was actually born on July 31st. When I confronted my parents, they explained they originally celebrated my birthday in August to match a family tradition associated with a deceased relative. They assumed it wouldn't matter to me being just a child when it started, but here I am, trying to wrap my head around all these implications. What other things have they conveniently forgotten to tell me? I can't help but wonder what discovering such a fundamental part of my identity means for my sense of self. It's strange to think that something as simple as a date can affect how you view yourself. I'm curious if anyone else has had a similar experience, whether it's finding out something different about your past or uncovering family secrets. It makes me ponder on how much of what we know is based on what others tell us versus reality. Guess I'll have to adjust to being a July baby after all. My boyfriend has slight autism. He can't eat the last pieces of any of his food because it isn't meant for him, it's meant for the birds. If we are outside, he will drop a little piece of whatever he's eating for the birds. He's done it ever since he was little, and he gets stressed, hand flapping, panicking, if he can't do it for some reason or is forced to eat it. He always leaves the corner of every chicken nugget, or one bite of a bagel left, or one sip of a drink left. Recently, he's taken to giving me the pieces. He shows me his plate and says, "For the birds." I take his food, repeat, "For the birds," and eat whatever it is. I have become the birds. This morning, I made him some bagels and cream cheese in bed, and he left 2 bites of each half for me. He announced, "For the birds," and I took the pieces and repeated, "For the birds." I can't explain why, but this makes me so happy. I've become part of his ritual he's had since he was little, and giving me the food doesn't stress him out like it would if it was his parents. I feel so honored and lucky because I genuinely hate food waste, and I like that. He lets me be the birds. My life story is not super bad, but not happy either. I was raised in an orphanage. I'm 29, and my childhood and teen years, or a big part of them, were spent in ugly buildings where we, as girls, always needed to protect ourselves. This made me develop a strong fear of being intimate with someone. So even though I am an attractive woman, when I date someone and we come to that point, I push them away. We were in a team building and some of my co-workers were drinking. I told my work bestie that I never had sex. I told her 3 months ago, and she disclosed this to the entire group. She wanted to humiliate me. I'm sensitive and got all red on my face. We were at the hotel bar at that time, and some other people were around and heard. After a while, a good-looking guy wearing a suit approached me. I was outside smoking. He was a 35-year-old pilot on a layover. He said he heard everything and he's sorry. I don't know what happened to me, but I had enough of this, and he was there, good-looking, nice to me, and tried to make me feel better. I asked him if he wants to sleep with me. He was surprised and told me I'm vulnerable now because I'm hurt and upset. I asked him again if he wants to. He asked if I am sure I really want to do it because the first time is like toothpaste. Once you get it out of the tube, you cannot put it back inside. I said, yes, I'm sure. He was like, okay, this will be fun. And it was actually, we had a great night. He was very good and passionate, but made sure I was enjoying myself. I feel such a relief that he didn't make fun of my inexperience. He even complimented me, saying he wouldn't have known I'd never done it because I also made him feel good. Now maybe he said it to boost my confidence, but still. Completely serious, I travel for work, been gone a couple of weeks, got back yesterday, picked up my cat, came home, ordered food, started some laundry. Then the cat and I went to bed. I was in bed opening mail, cat was watching, and I heard something, couldn't tell where it was coming from. Heard it again. It was a scratchy sound, like something was chewing something or digging something. I thought it was coming from the attic. Last year we had a squirrel up there briefly. He rehomed himself before we could do it for him. We knew he was there because we could hear him scurrying around. That's the sound I was hearing now, but bigger. My cat can hear it too. His ears are pricked up, but he's not moving. It stopped, and eventually I fell asleep. 3 a.m. this morning it wakes me up. It's much more insistent, and I realize it's in my closet. I can hear my dresses swishing as it walks by them. It's definitely bigger than a squirrel. The only thing I can figure is my closet doors must have been open. It came in through the cat door, up the flight of stairs, was in my bedroom, got surprised by me coming home, ran into the closet, and I shut it in there. That seems so unlikely. The other thing, outside of the scratchy diggy sounds, nothing else, not a peep. If it were a cat, wouldn't it be crying? I'm freaking out. I think it's trying to eat through the door. My cat has zero interest in seeing what it is, although he can clearly hear it. Who do I call for something like this? Update. I don't know how to do a real update, and I don't have much news. I called 3 different services, and nobody answered my call or returned a call from the messages I left. The thing is still in there. It took a nap for a couple of hours, but it woke up and is busy trying to eat its way through the door at this moment. I have a question. Do possums have fingers?